Weird sciencey facts that boggle my mind. They say mimicry is the highest form of flattery. And whether that's true or not is not for me to say. But if it is true, there should be a lot of flattered things in nature. It's absolutely no secret that countless organisms in the world mimic other things for a variety of reasons. There's insects that look like sticks or leaves to hide from predators. There's completely harmless snakes that resemble venomous snakes to keep from becoming someone's meal. There's orchids that have developed a flower that resembles a wasp, and it tricks the wasp into getting it to mate with it so it can spread its own pollen and in turn mate. There are literally countless examples of this in nature. But one thing they all have in common is all of these things have evolved to resemble something specific. All but one. A vine in South America, the B. trifolia, the mimic plant, it grows to resemble the plants that are around it. And that is very strange. Now, the first question this raises is why? A stick bug grows to resemble a stick because it's hiding from predators. That makes sense. That's an easy why. That weird orchid that entices moths to violate it does it because it's looking to pollinate. The reason makes sense. That's why. But that why becomes a lot less clear when the plant starts resembling different organisms that serve different purposes, have different functions, survive in different ways. Could it just be camouflage, just trying to blend in with its surroundings, whatever those surroundings may be? It's possible. Could it be picking up traits of successful plants in that area and trying to emulate or replicate those? Because if they're successful, then maybe it can be successful by looking like them. Could it be slight alterations in the ecosystem and microbiology around it that affect the way it grows and just so happens to mimic other plants that happen to be around it? All possible, we have no idea. But then the bigger question is how? You know, chameleons and octopus and other things that can change color, they have eyes, they have a brain, they can perceive the world around them and adapt to fit it. Plants, on the other hand, don't. At least we don't think. But plants intermingle, intertwine, and communicate in a number of ways. They could be receiving information from the plants around them from their root systems or from pollen that gets in the air, things like that. Which seems to make the most sense until another study by Jacob White and Felipe Yamashita suggested that the plants actually do see, because they planted it next to plastic plants and it grew to resemble the artificial plants. No root communication or pollen or anything there. Now, I do have to point out that a number of other scientists have said that this study does not follow the scientific method rigorously enough and control for enough variables to be considered valid. So don't take it as fact, but don't take it as fiction either. Just because the study isn't valid doesn't necessarily make it invalid. And them having some sort of vision is a very real possibility. Or something even more fantastical may be the case. We just simply do not know. And how little we know, how little we understand one of the most unique plants on the planet, that is pretty mind-boggling.